Hello and welcome. My name's Sissy and I'm Timothy's widow. Today we're going to continue the grief terminology series. Grieving spouses and those supporting them during their grief journey often find themselves immersed in a world of grief terminology that may have been unfamiliar to them before their loss. Suddenly, there are new words, phrases, and concepts that sometimes make us feel as though we're on an alien planet, trying to learn a new language and how to communicate. Learning and understanding grief terminology can be very important for both grieving spouses and for those who are standing with them, supporting them as they navigate their grief journey. To make it easier for grieving spouses and their supporters, learning the terminology associated with grief, the stages of grief, and the various coping mechanisms is very beneficial so that everyone can better comprehend the emotional and physical aspects of the grieving process. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the concept of secondary loss and explore exactly what it means so that both grieving spouses and grief supporters have a better understanding. Secondary loss refers to the additional or ancillary losses that individuals experience following the loss of a loved one. Not only do grieving spouses have to deal with the primary loss, the loss of their loved one, but many will experience a wide range of secondary losses as well. These secondary losses can be quite diverse and can affect various aspects of the grieving individual's life. The losses will differ from person to person, but understanding and acknowledging these secondary losses is crucial for supporting the grieving individual. Before we continue, it's important to remember everyone's grief journey will vary from person to person, and so the types of secondary losses will vary as well. These are just a few examples that an individual may experience in their grief journey. Your losses may differ. Number 1, identity. After losing a loved one, the surviving spouse may experience a loss of identity. Roles and responsibilities that were once shared may no longer be applicable, leading to a sense of confusion and loss of purpose. Number 2, social support. After the loss, many grieving spouses will find that their social circles become disrupted. This is even more evident if the loved one was the central key to begin with in the social networks. An example would be if most of your social network was comprised of people that originated from your loved one's social circle, that is, their coworkers, their friends, people from their networks. This is common if, as time went on, the surviving spouse was blended into their loved one's social network of pre-existing relationships. Many grieving spouses will experience those friends or acquaintances withdrawing over time, leaving the grieving spouse to feeling isolated and abandoned. This is also true of pre-existing friends and acquaintances from the surviving spouse's network. They too may begin to withdraw over time, leaving the grieving spouse to feeling isolated and abandoned. Number 3, financial stability. The loss of a loved one can result in financial hardship, especially if there was a significant dependence on the loved one's income. Adjusting to new and changing financial circumstances can quickly become challenging and stressful. Number 4, future plans. After the loss of a loved one, dreams and future plans that were shared may no longer be achievable. These losses can lead to a profound sense of loss for the grieving spouse, as well as leaving them feeling the need to reassess their new life path. Number 5, security and safety. The presence of the loved one often provided a sense of security and safety. After their loss, many grieving individuals may be left feeling vulnerable and anxious. Number 6, physical and emotional support. The loved one may have been a source of support, encouragement, or physical assistance. Their absence can leave the surviving spouse feeling emotionally and physically vulnerable. Number 7. Routines and habits. Grief and the loss of a loved one can disrupt daily routines and habits that had been developed over time. Adapting to new routines and adjusting those old habits can be both challenging and emotionally draining. Number 8. Beliefs and spirituality. The loss of a loved one often prompts the grieving individual to question their beliefs and spirituality. This phase of questioning can lead to a potential crisis or loss of faith or worldview. It is essential for friends, family, and support professionals to recognize and address any and all of these secondary losses that may become present during the grieving process. Providing empathy, understanding, and a safe space for the grieving person to express their feelings can help facilitate their healing and adjustment to their new reality. Grief is a complex and individual experience. Acknowledging the multiple facets of loss is crucial for supporting those who are grieving. I want to thank you so much for joining me for today's grief terminology video. I hope that by introducing and talking about secondary losses helps you better understand conversations centered around the grief journey. If you found today's content helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Go ahead and hit that notify bell so that you'll be aware of new content as it becomes available. You'll be helping support me, and you'll be helping my channel and my mission continue to grow. As always, please feel free to go ahead and comment on any of my videos, including this one. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if there is a topic that you'd like to see defined or talk about, comment on that one as well. I promise to do my best. And last, I started my first polling question ever on the channel. I would love for you to participate and give me your answer. Don't worry, I'm not asking for your personal information or anything like that. You can find the poll under the Community tab on the channel homepage, and it's a very brief, simple, multiple choice question. I'm just interested in the numbers. Your participation is greatly appreciated. I've been Sissy, and I'm wishing you light, hope, and love. Until the next time, my friend.